Hi, I'm Stacy Smart. Welcome. I've been trying to jump on here and it keeps kicking me off, so hopefully this works. If you're tuning in, say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. Like, comment, and share on this video. I super appreciate it. I'm going to take a minute to share this video into my private group. So if you are watching the replay, hashtag replay, I love to know who is watching after the fact. And then you could probably skip ahead to like a minute and a half into this video, just because I'm going to take a minute to share. And let me get on it. Okay, so hopefully, having so many technical difficulties today, I feel like. Because I've been kicked off, my app wasn't working, so many things. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys today a super simple, fun, dramatic a dramatic eye look. And let's see. Where is it? Am I even live? Hello? Hello? You guys, maybe I'm not live. It looks like I am, but I don't see this. It's not pulling up. Okay, well, we'll just roll with it. So I'm going to show you a fun, dramatic eye look that you can do in just like 5 simple steps. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use, just comment makeup and I can let you know about the colors I'm using and the products I'm using. I do have a discount code for a couple of the products that I'll be using, so if you're interested in that, let me know, and we'll just, I guess I'll just get to it. I wish that this was working. Let's see. Stand by. Okay. So when I logged on here and I was trying to go live, I would hit the live button and it would just shut off completely. It was so weird. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the problems that I'm having. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, well, oh, weird. It's telling me that this is like restricted. Whoops. Okay. All right, we're just gonna go with it. Well, I can't share this to my personal page, so if you are jumping on, I would so appreciate it if you share this video, and I will try and share it when I'm all done. Especially if you are a member of the beauty gang, and if you want to share it into our private group, that would be awesome. So my first tip for you, whenever you're doing any kind of dramatic eye look, a natural eye look, I've got the hair, I would say start with a really clean eye. So I'm going to be putting some concealer on my eye just to kind of give it a really good base. And I am going to, before I even do that, I have a little bit of dark under eyes, so I'm going to go in with a really light corrector. It's orange. I'll show you. It's orange. It's an orange based color corrector, and I'm just going to cover that kind of blue that you see in there. And I only want to go over, I'm just using my finger, I only want to go over that blue part, and my finger will kind of just warm it up to my skin. So I'm just gonna press that into my eye, and then, let me see if I can adjust this. Okay. And then I'm just gonna set it with a little bit of loose powder, just so that it doesn't crease or give me any problems later. Hi, Allie. Okay. So I'll go back in and I'll do my full face later. I just really wanted to get that under eye going. And then I'll go in and brighten it up later. So we're gonna start with just making a really clean eye. And to do that, I'm gonna use a really thick, very creamy concealer and just a very basic brush. And I'm gonna get it over my entire lid. So it doesn't take very much on the brush. And so I'll just run it over my entire lid up to the brow. I'm just gonna get that all pressed in. Okay, and then I'll do it on the other side as well. Okay, well, I'm so glad that you're here because I wasn't even sure if I was live. I was trying to find the video to share it and it wasn't pulling up anywhere for me. Okay, doing this eye, it's the same thing, just gonna get that all over the lid. I'm gonna gently pull and just kind of smooth it out. Perfect. Okay. And you don't have to do this, but I like to go in whenever I do a concealer as a base. I like to go in and just kind of set it with a loose powder. So I'm going to use that same powder I just used, and I'm just going to lightly go over, just because I'm going to be going on top of this with some other powders and products. So I want it to be like super seamless, and sometimes I feel like if you have a cream underneath and then you go and try and put a colored powder on top of it, it will stick and not in the way I want it to stick. So this will allow me, by putting the powder on top, it will allow me to blend the powders a little bit. Hi, Anya! A little bit easier. Okay. All right. Hey, Anya, if you are in the beauty gang, could you share this into that group? I got powder in my eye. It won't let me share this video. I wish. Okay, stand by. I really did get powder or an eyelash in my eye. And I have a mirror on standby. Hold on. I gotta let it like float out, you know? Let's see. Maybe it will get better. Okay. No, this is terrible timing. Terrible, terrible. Okay, I think it's getting better. Okay, so I've just done a very light concealer, light coat of concealer. It's very thick and creamy over my entire eyelid. I have a lot of redness in my skin, as you can see, so that will help cancel that out. And then I'm gonna go in with some eyeshadows. These are the eyeshadows I've been liking lately. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna do a very, gosh, I am making a mess here. A very light windshield wiping, so like a rainbow. I'm gonna go in and do just a rainbow with, we'll do like this mauve kind of color, and I'll just do that back and forth across the whole eyelid. And I like to start on the outside of the eye because I like to have the outskirts of my eyes have the most product to make my eyes look a little bigger. It's just a little bit more dramatic. I still have something in my eye. Hold on, I wonder... Ugh. You guys, can you hear my stomach on camera? I have been doing this, oh, I think I see it. It's like a fuzz. It's like just a little fuzz in my eye. Okay, so I've been doing this, this eating thing, and it's so hard. It's so hard for me, but it's kind of like messing with my stomach, I feel like. It's called cardboard food. Not really, but that's what it feels like. Okay, stand by. I have to get this fuzz out, and I know this is, I can see it. I feel like I can see it. Okay, so I'm curious if you guys have ever heard of Optavia, because that's what I'm doing. And it's really hard just to get through like the first few days. I think it, okay, I think it's out. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have this kind of mauve-y, it's kind of like a purpley mauve-y color right in the crease. And then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna clean off this brush real quick so that I don't want to mix any of my colors yet. So I'm just gonna spray a little brush cleaner on it and get that all cleaned off. Perfect. Okay, look, all gone. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do just a transitional color. This color, it's just a nice mid-tone brown. And I'm just gonna like get it really in that crease and go mostly on the outside of my eye. I'm not really bringing it in on the inner corner of my eye. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the same brush, clean it again, and I am just gonna do that rainbow motion back and forth to soften these colors out so there's no like really harsh lines, and to kind of blend them together. I look so red on camera. Oh, it's not even a sunburn, it's just my skin color. I also, you guys, this is like something I feel like I'm known for it. I get a little bit of a rash when I go live. It's so funny, but it's whatever. I'm so used to it. Okay, so here, so there was like our step number 2. I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna use just a brush that's pretty thin, not super wide and dense. And so I'm gonna go in with a creamy concealer color again. And this is just a very light color. I don't need a ton on my brush, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cover from basically like my inner eye to about here. And then once I get right there, I'm just gonna take my finger and try and like blend it, soften it in. And then do the same on this eye. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna take that same color, and I'm just gonna outline or like draw a line underneath my brow bone to really define my brows. And it also makes it so they're not so heavy and they don't shadow my eyeshadow. I used to like outline my entire brow, but I think that was a little much for the look that I was going for. Okay. And then using the same brush, I'm just gonna kind of blend it out on both sides. You guys, if I could share one little tip with you, I always have a towel on hand. This is a microfiber towel so that I can easily clean my brushes or just wipe off excess product. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna clean this off because I don't like to have residual product left over. So I'm just gonna spray my brush cleaner on it. This cleans it super fast. And then I'm using that same towel, wiping it off. Hi, Angie. Okay, it's clean. And this is what I'm gonna go in with. So the color is so fun. Let me show you. Can you see that? It's like, it's got some flecks of gold and purple in it. And it's just like a really, really pretty color. It's a metallic color. Oh, look, I even tried to wipe it off. I bet that would be a really pretty like illuminator kind of color. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with some of this. I'm just gonna take this same brush and brush some of the end of my brush on it. I don't want too much product because it is a wet eyeshadow. And let me grab my mirror. I'm gonna close my eyes to do this. And I need to keep them closed for like just a hot second so that I don't have any creasing. And I'm just gonna pat it on, starting with like the middle of my eye. Just gonna pat it in there. I'm not going above that crease line. And we'll just keep it closed, and I'll do it on the other eye. Is this color not so pretty? I just realized my mouth's like wide open. Okay. Just kind of let that dry for a second so that we don't have any creasing. And it stays put. I really like doing a little bit of a primer like I did, whether it's with concealer or like some form of glitter glue or something, just so then you don't have any fallout and it's good to go. Okay. There's my, what is that, step number 3, and then I'm gonna go back in on, I'm just kind of trying to keep my eyes down for a second, on the outer crease of my eye, and I'm gonna just pop just a little bit of eyeshadow into the outer corner, almost like I'm doing it in a V, and I'm just gonna do like a nice dark brown. Just keeping all of the attention of the color on the outer corner. Ugh, my stomach, it's so loud. I asked my husband on the way home to get me some a Chick-fil-A water. I'm trying to drink my water, and I feel like it's more appealing if it's in a Chick-fil-A cup. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go, I swear, sometimes all you have to do, like the biggest trick with eyeshadow stuff is just blend, blend, blend. So I'm just gonna blend this out just a little more. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna clean up the under eye just a little bit, and something that I really love to do is kind of create almost like a line. I'll show you what I mean. Where is, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this brush that has a very straight edge. And just kind of got way too much on my brush, but just go in and create a line going just straight back. It makes it so easy to do that. Gonna blend some of that out. And then, if you guys remember that color that I used, I wish I didn't look so red on the camera. I mean, this is like red, but I don't look this red in my mirror. I just look, well, no, yes I do. Okay. I'm gonna go back in with this same brush that I was using, and that mauve color that I used. Let me show you this one. I'm gonna use that one again. I'm gonna clean off my brush though. It's got just a little bit of residual shadow on it from before. Just spritz some of that on. And then we'll go in and we will just gonna go underneath the eye. And connect it into that outer corner. Okay, there we go. Dropping my brush. I've got another one handy. This is not, well, it's kind of clean. Okay, alrighty. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do some eyeliner, and I'm missing my liquid eyeliner. I don't know what I did with it, so I'm just gonna use, this is the, it's a skinny gel liner, and I like to use it because the line that it gives is like, I feel like it's a medium line, medium-sized line, but you can make it a lot skinnier, and it's easy to build on and make it a thicker line. So I'm gonna try really hard to not flip you off, but I naturally tend to use my middle finger to pull my eye. Sorry. And I'm just gonna, and I know pulling your eye is so not good. So whenever I do my eyeliner, I always start on the outside of my eye and I work my way in towards my nose. And I really like to get it just right along my lash line, because when I wear falsies, I want it to be a seamless blend. I don't like you to be able to see like, there's like her eyeliner and then there's the falsie. Okay. So I didn't take it all the way into like my tear duct. I just pretty much line just a little ways away and then to the other side. But look at like the difference that already made. It just makes it a little bit more dramatic, gives it a little bit of pop. And then we'll do the other side. I can see I'm getting a ton of notifications on my phone. Oh, emails. Emails are coming through. Okay. Okay. Super simple. Just a little bit of eyeliner. And then I did go, because I went and put a little bit of shadow underneath, I'm going to do a little bit of liner, because I'm not going to go and do any, I'm not going to do any mascara on my lower lashes. So I'm just using a color that is like a blue gray. And I'm just doing it the very, very outer corner, like to the outside of my eye. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in. Where's my lid? What did I do with my lid? Oh, it's right there. I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that I used for that eyeshadow underneath my eye, and I'm just gonna kind of like smudge and soften it out. Okay, and then I will do my mascara at the very, very end. So now I'm just going to do the rest of my face. So I put on under eye corrector in the beginning. Whoa, that made me super white. And now I'm going to go in and do my foundation. I've got to think about how I want to do it. What I want to do for my foundation. I think that I'm going to use this smaller side of this brush, and I'm just gonna dip it into my foundation. And I like to start for this, for what I'm gonna do. This is different than what you guys have seen me do maybe on Instagram or before in other things, but this is how I've been doing my makeup for probably like the past, I don't know, couple of weeks, and I'm digging it, totally digging it. So dipping this side of my brush, and I'm starting in the center of my face, and I'm gonna work out, and I'm just patting it into my skin. And then kind of doing it a little bit like of a brush stroke on my nose. So I'm just going to keep patting, getting a little bit more. It doesn't take a ton, but you can see, like, you can see where it's hitting, and you'll see how much this will just counteract with this redness that I've got going on. Let's see if I can, it won't let me adjust the lighting, but I'm just gonna pat it in and cover all of that redness. So the reason that I am starting in the middle and working my way out is because the middle of my face is where I want to like highlight, bring life to, emphasize, and then I'm going to be bronzing and contouring on the outside, like the outskirts, the outline of my face. So it just makes more sense to do this in the middle. And this is also where I tend to have acne through here. If I have a breakout, I have hyperpigmentation through here. That's where I have the most redness. I don't typically have breakouts or have like a ton of a need for foundation in those outer corners of my face. Okay, so not picking up any new product now. I'm just gonna go in and kind of buffer this in. I probably actually will pick up a little bit more for my forehead. Circular strokes though. To help blend it in. If you feel like you have too much on your face, I love to take like a little damp perfector and just kind of press it along my skin. Should I cover that up? Jeez. I just get so red in there. Okay. All right, now that I've done that, I'm gonna clean this brush off because I think I'm gonna be using it again. You guys watch this. Look at that, dirty, dirty. Just gonna spray some of this brush cleaner on it. Circle it around. Takes like 10 seconds. I don't have to wait for it to dry. It's magic. Okay. I think I'm gonna go in and do my under eye next, and I like a really bright under eye, so I'm just gonna go in with that brush that I used earlier. I probably should have cleaned it, but I didn't, and I'm just going to do like a pie shape, a V shape, underneath my eye. Blend it down, and I like to bring it by my nose. If you get redness on your nose like I do, then just kind of hit your nostrils with it real quick. And I'll get right here, kind of in between my brows. Okay, and then I'll go in with my sponge and just kind of push that into my skin. And I'm gonna go in and set it with a powder so that I don't have to deal with any creasing. And I'm gonna use a really fine powder. It's like crazy fine, but it will make it just kind of melt into my skin. Okay. All right. Oh, thanks. You're so sweet, Anya. And maybe I'm slow to see that. I don't know. Okay. So now I'm gonna go and do a little bit of bronzing and contouring. I'm gonna go with a cooler color today to kind of create this dimension because I still have redness showing through. I honestly think it's just because I'm in front of a light in my camera, because I don't get normally super red. But I'm gonna blend it really well so that it's not, so it just looks kind of like a shadow. And I'm gonna go in with my compact, one of these cream colors again, and I'm gonna just kind of hug my cheekbone right there. And hug it on this side. And then I'm gonna wipe my brush off. Spray it again. Sometimes I use like just different brushes. Like I have the same multiple brushes and I just use them for different things, but it's pretty fast and easy to just go in and clean the brush. Okay, so now that I've put some on both sides, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna go up and down. And then I'm gonna go on the top of my forehead and I'll do a little bit of a bronzing color. Can you tell I did some blush with that? I better clean that. I'm just gonna hit the top of my forehead and then I'm gonna hit the top of my cheekbones just to kind of help blend where I just put that color. So I'm just gonna dab this into that color and then I'm gonna dab it on the top of my forehead. And then dab it along my cheekbones. And I think I'll go on my nose just a little bit. So when you use, when you're using a bronzer, if you use a beauty sponge, like this little perfector, it just kind of diffuses the color, so it gives a lot more of a natural look. If I were to use a brush, let me show you. This, like, can you see it? It already makes it, it just gives more color, I guess, if you're using a brush, and it's more work to kind of have to blend out. Okay, and then I'll just finish with some blush. It's the same thing, I just like to use the end of it. Just dip it in a little bit. And then pop it on your cheekbones and work back. If I feel like I have too much on, then I just will find an end on my sponge that's clean and just press it into my skin until I like the color, basically. I'm just gonna soften. I don't know if you could see, there was a little bit of some lines happening that I just didn't love. So I'm just gonna soften that with my brush, and then I'm gonna go in and highlight a little bit more on my nose. Again, I'm just using creamy concealer. I'm just gonna go down my nose in a straight line and kind of soften that too. There we go. Then I'm gonna flip this brush around and I'm just gonna kind of stamp on a little bit of a shadow onto my nose to make it look a little different than how it really is. I think that I sometimes, like, I think I bend my nose too much this way. Do you see how I just did that? And it's super easy to fix. Okay. I have to decide if it's bent in my mirror too. or if it's just bent on camera. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I bought this new mascara, and to be really honest, I can't decide if I like it or not. It was on the end cap. It was on the end cap at Target as like a top seller, and it's called Telescopic. And the wand itself is just, it's one of these like silicone wands with really small bristles, and I just can't decide. I can't decide if I like it or not. It doesn't get clumpy, but I do feel like it, I've worn it like twice now. I feel like it does kind of like flake off a little, which I don't love, but it also, I mean, I don't know, it didn't get clumpy. It does make my lashes like look a little longer. So you can't even see them, can you? I feel like you just have to be careful that you don't get too much product on the wand. And it like, because it's one of these silicone wands that's so skinny, it already comes off with like a ton of product. You know, like, I mean, I could, it's not, I don't know. I saw a crazy wand at the store. It was like, it had like a little baby off of the wand itself. Okay, so when I put on my mascara, I look down. I have my mirror in front of me and I look down, and then I push the wand to curl the lashes up. And I do it for a couple of reasons. One, if I am just looking straight at the camera, I guarantee I'll get mascara on the back of my lid somewhere, and then I'd have to like take a Q-tip, clean up my eyeshadow, and this just helps keep that clean. And I feel like it curls it a little better just because I'm pushing it up from already being down. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm not going to put any on my lower lashes today. I'm going to give that a try. I put some on yesterday and I feel like it just kind of soaked down into my, just underneath my eyes. I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of an illuminator. I'm going to hit my high cheekbones. I'll do a little bit on the tip of my nose. I'm just going to blend that. And then the only other thing that I really kind of want to do is maybe just clean up underneath where I put contour at. So I'm going to do that with a loose powder. And you can do a beauty blender with the pointy end. I'm going to use, well, I think I'll probably just use that, my beauty blender, but you can also do it with like a brush if you have a brush that has a straight edge, kind of like this one. Well, maybe that, yeah, I'll show you. We'll do this side. Just kind of like that. Okay. Okay, let me go in and do this. Just a little bit of illuminator on my high cheekbones. And then I'll do it on the tip of my nose. You know it's working when you're moving and the light's not moving. And then just on my Cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna take that brush that I used earlier and I'm gonna just go back in and put a little bit, do you see that? On the top of my brow bone. Okay, gonna top it off with just some lip gloss. I'm not sure which one. I think maybe I'll do, maybe I'll just mix them. Okay, so this color is really scary looking, but it's so pretty if you take a lot of product off of the brush. On my skin, my lips, it gives like a, it's almost like a stain kind of color. So I'll just do like a very light coat of this color, and then the other color I'll do a little more. This is good timing. I hear my kids starting to fight. Okay. Summer blues, man. Okay. Whoa. Now this color, I'll go in and I'll have a little bit more. If you guys are interested in this one, I have, just message me, but I can get you a discount code. And the other colors, I can actually help color match you if that's something you want. Just message me or comment makeup. Yeah, I think I'm digging that. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of that same illuminator that I used on my high cheekbones. I'm gonna put it on my brush. I'm just gonna pop it into the very I'm obsessed. The very center. Whoa, okay. I should do my brows, but now that it's, what time is it? 4 o'clock in the day. I'm gonna go get some work done. Okay, there we go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Next time I really should probably just cover that as well. If you guys have questions, message me. Happy to answer any of the questions that you have. But this stuff is so fun to play with. The color I used, I mean, it's still on my hand, but I think I need to go collect more colors because look at that. Do you see it's got like a purple and then it goes like, it's like, it goes purple, gold, and then it also has like, the overall color is like a light, it's like a lilac color. It's so, so pretty. Wait. That might have been a bit much. That's okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to sign off. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.